Barack Obama's successful 2008 presidential campaign leaned heavily on hearty, well-branded online engagement. Now, as we see the Republican players positioning themselves for the 2012 race, who's the best at using the web? Tim Pawlenty created Facebook games to incentivize supporters. Now he's dropped out of the game. Rick Perry just announced his candidacy on Saturday and has jumped 400% on Google search. Michelle Bachmann doesn't even have 100,000 followers, and she just won the Iowa straw poll. Amy, have you been impressed by the GOP candidates and how they've used social media?
It's interesting. I think just the fact that they've acknowledged and definitely embraced the tool, they see the power of it. What I also believe is that we will see the longevity of their influence play out. And I believe there's something called a hollow follower or hollow fan or subscriber.
Yeah.
And you embrace it, and then what is that engagement level down the road? Influence has to maintain there.
And Newt Gingrich, we saw that he has all these 1 million followers, but how many of them are real, right? So what can the candidates learn from YouTube? How to engage on YouTube, Shay?
What I would really love to see is candidates do live shows. Like I know that presidential candidates, they have a million guys around them, like, you gotta be careful not to say this, don't say this. But I feel like our generation would like to see a candidate who's like willing to be like, let's do a live show. Let's hop on Ustream. I'll just read the comments as they come in, and whichever one I see, I'll answer.
And
you get any of these presidential candidates, I think younger generation would appreciate that if they really communicate.
Instead of doing an organized one, I mean, they do organized live streams that seem all put together.
If they just sat down in their office and you saw a presidential candidate, and he's got his little posters on the wall like "succeed" and all that crap. And he's doing a live show, and his wife comes in, and she's like, "What do you want for dinner?" I would vote for that guy.
Well, you want him to video blog maybe with his family, like you do.
That's what he should do.
Well, online influence overall is really interesting if you look at Twitter followers versus search results, because you just mentioned Michelle Bachmann doesn't have that many Twitter followers, yet she's gained 250% in search results. Most of that has to do with the memes surrounding her, Michelle Bachmann eyes, and some of the quotes that she's saying, but she's still highly searched, more so than Sarah Palin has been.
Oh, that's interesting. So what advice, Amy, would you give to people? I mean, is just all bad press good press? In terms of Michelle Bachmann, her search results are up. Is that what matters?
It depends.
More than social media?
It depends on what then she's delivering. So there is a difference between, impressions don't convert, influence does.
Yeah.
So if you look at what she's doing with that spotlight, that's what's going to matter next. Because it's one thing to have, we always make the comparison working with a lot of celebrities. There's a difference between Taylor Swift's influence levels and Charlie Sheen's. Their ability to convert or sway your decision to do something is very different. However, their numbers might be exactly the same. So that spotlight could be shining the same amount, but it's just their ability to, your affinity to them and to.
And you've said some politicians have approached you for advice.
They have, yes.
What do you tell them?
Typically, these are in sticky situations that they're wanting a miracle. Well,
I need votes.
we can't talk about any specifics. It's just, there's a difference between truthfulness and transparency, and we can't fix a character flaw or social media typically.
Just hate of someone. You can't
good
fix
twit
that.
pic can do a lot.
We can't hide your dirty secrets.
All right, well, that brings us to today's poll question. Do you think the GOP needs social media to win the presidency? Let us know what you think by answering the poll on our website at whatstrending.com.